I do. Sweat and tears, but I won't give up.
Hi guys, welcome back to Avalon Karate's online classroom. My name is Nathaniel Biso and I'll be your instructor today. So, today is our third Kumite lesson online. Last lesson I took a different approach where I didn't lead you through a training. I kind of just taught you a technique or a little tidbit on something that you guys can work on at home. So, the feedback I got is that you guys would prefer little tricks and tidbits like that to assist in your personal training, and anybody that had any questions about how they can train or what different processes they can use to make a workout at home, you guys can email me, or they did already email me. So, today's lesson we're going to be focusing on punching. I'm going to teach you 3 different punches and the most efficient way I believe that it is to punch. So, we covered this a little bit in our first lesson, but the jab. So, our jab starts from our first position and goes all the way out. But how do we maximize the range on our jab? Okay? In the old style of karate, they used to jab and keep their body square. But it left a lot of their body open, which is why they changed it so your body is now side on to give your opponent less of a target. So, when you jab and go out, you want your body to stay turned to the side. You also want to open your chest, expand your shoulders so that your arm reaches out as far as it can. Now, to gain a little bit of extra distance, you can sink your hips back. All of this added together will maximize the range of your jab. Okay? So when you're bouncing, I'm going to do it in slow motion. You're extending out, opening your shoulders, sinking your hips back. At the same time, you're moving your foot and jab it. Like that. It's hard to do in slow motion. I'm doing my best here, guys. So, open the chest, hips back, foot forward. That's the jab. The best way to work on this technique is repetition. Do your jab over and over and over again. That's the only way it's going to get better. Okay, the second technique is a reverse punch to the head. So, some may think this is a simple technique. That's where they're wrong. This technique takes a lot of precision, especially in the timing of the execution. So, an important thing with the reverse punch is that we don't want our reverse punch to the head to travel up and over a guard. It has to travel from point A to point B as fast as possible. Going up and over the guard is not an option in this case. It has to go straight through. So you have to set up a prior technique to move your opponent's guard out of the way so you can go straight in. Maybe it's a jab. You do a jab, their front hand moves over to block your jab, and you come in with the reverse punch. The second one is maybe you're going in and you physically move your opponent's guard out of the way to score. So, the best way to practice this when you don't have a training partner is from here, focus on turning your hip, turning this hip forward and firing from here, okay? Like this. Now, the reverse punch, most of the time, you're going to reverse punch and step forward. So this is what you should practice. Bouncing, ready, you're going to punch here, step forward. Look at my timing. My foot is in the air as my punch lands. It's not I step and I punch. That's no good. I turned it into a jab. I have to punch, my punch lands, and then I step. Score, land. So on my score, score. My foot is in the air. When my foot lands, my hand should be back in a recovered position. So that's what you have to practice. Score, land. Score, land. Good. Now once you practice that at home, you have to execute and practice Zanshin, recovery with your partner. It's no good to punch, score, stay there, celebrate, because you'll get tagged. You'll get scored on. So, you have to practice the technique. Then when you have a training partner, practice your recovery. So that's our jab and our reverse punch to the head. Some people call it over the top, others call it the Superman punch. The last physical technique that we're going to do today is another punch. It's a combination of the two techniques that we just worked on. Reverse punch, we step forward, reverse punch again. Being able to combine techniques and double things up is very important. There is not one world champion that can throw a single technique the entire fight and score. It's always a multiple, okay? Unless they're just so fast they catch their opponent off guard. But even then, they throw multiples at other points in their fight. So you have to be able to practice score, land, and when this foot lands, score. Okay? Score, score. Watch from a side angle. Foot's in the air, I score. Foot's in the air, I score. Score, score. Score, score. Okay? You need to practice that slowly so that you can build up speed. Again, when you get a training partner, that's the time to practice your recovery in Zanshin. Right now, work on form. Drill the form. Repetition, repetition, repetition. That's how you'll get better. So, I hope you guys find these punches useful. Make sure you practice them at home. Like I said, the only way to get better is repetition. Okay? Repeat, practice. Repeat, practice. That's the best way you can do it. Okay? I hope you guys learned something and had fun. Kyosuke, Ray, bow. Alright, good job guys. I'll see you next time.